You're watching Hindustan Times, and I'm Aditi Prasad. Pakistan may be clobbered by the COVID 19 virus just like the rest of the world is, but that has not stopped our neighbor from increasing its infiltration attempts from across the border to keep the Kashmir issue alive and kicking in the international community. According to senior government officials who've spoken to Hindustan Times, there are about 450 terrorists who are waiting at about 14 operational launch pads across the line of control and are just about waiting to infiltrate into India at various points. Of course, I'm joined by Hindustan Times executive editor Shishir Gupta for more on this. Shishir, tell us more. Where are these launch pads located, and what are the IB sources telling you?
See, as far as the infiltration goes, the figures that you're getting is about 450 uh, terrorists are waiting to infiltrate into the valley. This number has increased from something like 240, which was earlier in April. And these people are basically, the whole idea is to create mayhem, chaos, and violence. Now, according to the intelligence report, there are about, of these 450, there are about 244 which belong to Lashkar-e-Toiba, about 129 belong to jaish-e-mohammad, and some 60 belong to Hizbul Mujahideen. Now, this is the number which is waiting to infiltrate. The number which is already present in the valley is around 242, out of which about 138 are local terrorists and the remaining 104 are foreign terrorists. So this adds to a huge number of people who are prepared to foil the Indian government's plan to bring normalcy and peace in the valley as well as in the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir.
Where exactly are these terror launch pads located, Shishir? Because they are spread across the region, I believe.
They are spread across the region, and essentially what you have is that there are about, the total number of launch pads are about, see, launch pads, when I say, they are actually, there is no some, high tech sci-fi thing over there. They're basically huts over there which allow these people to stay and then move out to infiltrate into the valley or into Jammu sector or into across the international border. So there are some 86 of these launch pads which are identified. They're called launch pads or they're called detachments, whatever it is. Out of this 86, about 14 of them are right now populated. And in that 14, there are some 11 which are in the Pakistan occupied Kashmir. There are some there are some about 10 which are across the valley. There are some three across the Rajouri Punj sector, and there is some one of them is across the Jammu sector. This is what it is.
Okay, so how aware are the security agencies? I'm sure they're already aware, but how are they dealing with this? I'm sure they'll not give us the brass tacks of how they're dealing with this threat. But overall, in a broad perspective, what are the security agencies planning and to sort of deal with this threat, to deal with these 240 terrorists who are just waiting to infiltrate?
See, the army is fully deployed. There is no question about it. The army is fully deployed, and army is very clear from the word go that Pakistan will not let go of the Kashmir issue, because this issue is needed for them to divert the domestic population from looking into what's happening within Pakistan, whether it is economy, whether it is the control of the spread of coronavirus. Already there are about 14,000 cases over there. So to just sort of digress the mind of the public from what is being faced within, you start preparing a separate exercise which is Kashmir, and you are going to focus on Kashmir so that people's mind get diverted on that issue. So
Right, and
the army, please go ahead.
yeah, the plan of Pakistan always has been to keep Kashmir in the forefront in all these issues. But right now, when they're dealing with these, as you rightly pointed out, 14,000 plus confirmed COVID-19 cases, Imran Khan seems to be struggling there too, because businessmen and religious clerics are refusing to abide by his lockdown rule that he's laid down.
Yes, the point is that he is struggling to do that because so that's why he has asked the army for help. saying that, if I can't enforce the lockdown, please help me. Please use force to lock down. But their principal clerics are very clear; they don't want to lock down. So he's in a dilemma, because that is, these are the same people whom they projected, perpetuated, and now the same people are actually talking back to them, saying that, listen, we were not going to follow law or the lockdown. So there are a series of things happening. One is the spread of the coronavirus unchecked. Two, uh, the economy. Three, the weak political establishment in control. Fourth, the army, which wants to, which is the big brother, but doesn't want to be seen in the front. So it's a bit of a chaos over there. So that the only thing that helps them out is that, the Pakistan foreign minister can write a letter to UN Security Council, saying that, talking about Kashmir. Now they can, even in that, they can only do it till December this year, because from January next year, India is part of this UN Security Council, so they can't do that also after that.
Right.
Then they have gone to the International Criminal Court, saying that they want to file some case against India, about sort of, human rights violation in Kashmir. So they are actually every tool instrument that is available for them to sort of, tell the world about the Kashmir issue, they are using. And the whole idea is to divert the attention from domestically of the public.
Yes, this domestic situation in Pakistan seems to be going from bad to worse. As you rightly pointed out, that of course there are economic problems that the country has already been facing for the longest time. But now with this COVID-19 crisis, and I understand that even the healthcare workers in Pakistan are staging protests, going into parks because don't have the adequate protective equipment. So the frontline staff treating coronavirus patients.
See, the matter is very serious over there, because by their own admission, that is the special assistant on health affairs, uh, the man who's responsible, Dr. Mirza, he's already said that there is local transmission over there in Pakistan, and they don't have adequate personal protection equipment. So, so there is an issue about this spread, and it's going unchecked. And at the same time, they really do not know how to enforce a lockdown. The basic idea is how to break the chain, which is fundamental to controlling the coronavirus. And simple thing is just not available to the Pakistani establishment right now.
So let's this. Yeah, you were saying something.
No, I was just saying that, while this is happening, about coronavirus, the other, which is the most significant issue in Pakistan, is the dwindling economy.
Yeah.
What people do not know is that the Pakistan debt is 90% of its GDP. It's standing at $111 billion. Pakistan has already received a loan of 1.3 billion USD from IMF for for humanitarian purposes during the coronavirus spread. Pakistan is looking towards now China to help him out with the remaining 24 billion debt. So what you're looking at is, you're looking at the growth rate in negative. You're looking at deficit in double figures. So the economy is absolutely in shambles. And so again, when you say all this is happening, but Pakistan is still focused on Kashmir.
Yeah, because as you rightly pointed out, Pakistani terrorists are being infiltrated to ensure that things don't go south in the valley. And the international attention does not sort of wane from the Kashmir Valley, and which is why the infiltration attempt has been increased, as we understand it. Thank you so much, Shishir, for joining us. We'll keep coming back to you with
Thank you.
more updates. Thank you for joining us in this
Thank you.
broadcast.